ladies and gentlemen. Again, good morning. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all in Manila. Building on the momentum of the Philippine ASEAN chairship since our initial meetings in January in Cebu, it is my hope that our discussions in the coming days will allow us to forge the concrete outcomes we need to bring forward and elevate to our leaders in November. There is a profound urgency to our work, especially as we live in a time defined by what I call the 3 U's: upheaval, uncertainty, and unpredictability. As developments around the world continue to strain global peace, security, and stability, it is highly fitting to recall our theme for this year, Navigating Our Future Together. When we speak of navigating, we are speaking of wayfinding. True wayfinding does not rely on static maps of the past. It demands that we read the shifting currents of today to plot a safe course for tomorrow. It represents our commitment to active, deliberate problem solving, seeking creative solutions and viable pathways even in the most difficult situations and during the most complex discussions. We do not just drift with the tide, we steer the ship. As we chart the course, our most reliable anchor remains the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, otherwise known as the TAC. Marking its historic 50th anniversary this year, we honor the fundamental principles we have successfully guided ASEAN for 5 decades: mutual respect for sovereignty, non-interference, and the peaceful settlement of disputes. These time-tested norms remain the bedrock of our regional stability, ensuring our code of conduct that stands strong against shifting global winds. We must continue this journey together because cooperation is no longer a choice. It is a strategic necessity. In a fractured global landscape, no single nation can weather these storms alone. Our strength and resilience lie in our community. Acting together, it is our shield against external pressures and our engine for regional stability. If we do not move forward as one, we risk being pulled apart. And finally, this is about our future, because we hold the ultimate responsibility to define the destiny of our peoples. Almost six decades ago, it took a historic leap of faith for our founding fathers to establish ASEAN. That faith has been resoundingly validated as we have grown into a vibrant community of 11 nations. Today, the future is not something that simply happens to us. It is a space we must consciously design, ensuring a region that remains prosperous, secure, and centered on the inspirations of our peoples. Without a doubt, the work before us in the coming days will be highly consequential. To deliver on the immense responsibility, our discussions demand our utmost openness, flexibility, and principled dialogue. Excellencies, the future of our region will be shaped by the choices as we make here this week. Let us navigate these challenges together with clarity, courage, and shared resolve. Thank you. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Excellency. At this juncture, may we request Secretary Lazaro to remain on stage as we invite the ASEAN Foreign Ministers and the Secretary General of ASEAN to proceed to the stage for the ASEAN family photo. May we kindly have everyone's attention to the center cameras? And ready for the first photo in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. For our next photo, may we kindly invite everyone to perform the ASEAN handshake by placing your right hand over your left. Please hold the pose and ready in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. This ends the family photo session. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the opening ceremony of the 59th ASEAN Foreign Ministers Meeting, post-ministerial conferences, and related meetings. We kindly request all delegates and guests to remain in their seats as the ASEAN Foreign
tomorrow. Next few days ahead will all be significant for all of us. After our meeting, we will engage with our valued sectoral partners, external partners, through the ASEAN Post-Ministerial Conference, the ASEAN +3, ASEAN Regional Forum, the East Asia Summit, and various trilateral meetings with our sectoral dialogue partners. These engagements underscore ASEAN's central role as a convener and a trusted platform for dialogue and cooperation, especially as we face the challenges of today. Within ASEAN, we likewise have important work before us. Today, we will review the progress of the ASEAN community building, discuss the progress of the Philippine chairship and deliverables, discuss our efforts in strengthening ASEAN's external relations, and consider a number of outcome documents that will further deepen our cooperation. Together, these efforts demonstrate ASEAN's continued commitment to remain dynamic, forward-looking, and responsive to the needs of our people. Our series of meetings for the next couple of days will be capped off by the commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia on July 24. This is a historic milestone, not only for ASEAN, but for the treaty's 58 high contracting parties as well. For the past 5 decades, the TAC has stood as a cornerstone of peace, dialogue, mutual respect, and the peaceful settlement of disputes in our region and beyond. Its enduring relevance is reflected in the continued interest of countries around the world to accede to it. In fact, we have already 58 high contracting parties to the treaty. 4 countries are slated to sign their instruments of succession on Friday, which will be followed by a conference of all the high contracting parties. The commemorative activity provides us with an opportunity to affirm our shared commitment of the treaty's principles that have underpinned regional stability and cooperation for half a century. As ASEAN Chair, the Philippines remains committed to fostering meaningful dialogue and ensuring that ASEAN continues to be anchored in principles that have enabled it to weather the challenges of time and make it the ASEAN that we know of today. Excellencies, I wish to underscore that in the current geopolitical landscape that we are in, no nation can effectively chart its course alone. Throughout human history, we have learned that the most successful journeys are those undertaken together with mutual respect and trust, as well as a shared sense of purpose. This is reflected in this year's chairship theme, as we navigate an era of swift transformations. Let us remain steadfast in working together so that ASEAN continues to be a force of peace and stability for the millions of people who call our region home. With that, I invite the members of the press to please leave the meeting room. Thank you.
Our name across the seas, we are the same. Through tides that rise, through storms that wane, we sail as one beneath the sun. One vision,